Is it possible to build muscle and drop fat at the same time? I honestly believe that this is the most common goal among everyone in the fitness industry, or anyone just looking to get in shape. Men always want to be bigger and leaner. I do. And females generally always want to be toned and more defined. So the way you actually build muscle in general is just by breaking down your muscles in the gym and building them back bigger and stronger through rest and recovery, and through correct nutrition. Before you start a workout, your muscles are filled with glycogen. At the gym, let's say we're just training biceps, for example, you do rep after rep, set after set, until your muscles are completely broken down, torn apart after being depleted of glycogen. That's why it's important to really step up your intensity. So at the end of the workout, your muscles are completely ripped apart and are empty and ready to absorb anything you put into your body, because your body doesn't like your muscles being broken down. So it wants to and it has to repair them. And they build back bigger and stronger to prevent against the next time that you break them down. After a workout, we consume a protein shake. The reason we have a protein shake is because your muscles are broken down and it needs those little particles in the protein shake to be absorbed, and whey protein absorbs very fast into your muscles, so you're able to repair those muscles really quick. Watch our supplement video to find out what supplements we recommend. There are a lot of good products on the market, and there's some that are really bad. So you need to be careful before you just go and buy any protein at your local store. If you were to eat, let's say, chicken breast post-workout, your body has to break that down, digest it, and then send the nutrients where it needs to go. It takes a lot longer, which means it delays the recovery process for your muscles. So after the gym, we have a protein shake with a fast digesting carb. You can buy a carb supplement that will work wonders for your recovery. If you prefer not to buy the supplement, then buy a kid cereal that is around 1 to 2.5 grams of fat per serving. Eating kid cereal like Cocoa Puffs, Fruity Pebbles, or even Captain Crunch is straight sugar, which is what the body needs to recover those muscles that were just broken down. Just make sure you brush your teeth after that. You don't want to get cavities for all the kid cereal. After our workout, our muscles are completely broken down and empty and ready to absorb anything you consume, because they want to repair it and get back to functioning at their best. The more you break your muscles down in their workout, the better. The more you break them down, the more they need to recover, and the bigger they will grow. The way you actually build muscle is, once they are completely broken down, you eat and eat and eat, and all that food you're consuming gets sucked into the broken down muscle, and it builds back bigger and stronger. Now, don't just eat anything. Stick to your nutrition plan and watch the protein, carbs, and fat video that Josh does. Combine the food with adequate amounts of rest, and after about 3 to 6 days, the muscle is fully recovered, and you go to the gym and do it all over again for that muscle group. Break the muscle down, eat, rest, and grow. Repeat. Now this leads me onto the next part of the topic of how to build muscle while minimizing body fat. I want you to picture your muscles as a jug of water, just metaphorically speaking. This is a very good way to visualize it and understand what's really going on inside the muscle. Now, before a workout, the jug is full to the brim of water, a nice, even full jug. While you are training rep after rep and set after set, the water, which is representing the glycogen or carbs in your muscle, it's slowly being emptied as you do rep and set. The harder you train, the more you break your muscles down, and the emptier the jug becomes. Once you have completed your workout, and I'm assuming it was a killer workout, the jug is now empty, and your muscles that were just trained is now fully depleted of glycogen. In this case, we're going to use food as water to represent filling up the jug. After a workout, we consume our post-workout protein shake, and it fills the jug up a little bit. After that, we consume our fast-digesting carbs, and that fills the jug up some more. You then have your next meal, and that will fill the jug up even more, and so on and so on. Now, Let's fast forward to your last meal of the day. And with your last meal, you fill the jug to the very top. Great. This is how you maximize muscle growth. You fully depleted your muscles in your workouts by your training intensity, so make sure that intensity's up. Break them down as much as you possibly can. The harder you train, the more you break them down. Then you eat and eat and eat. Fill them back up till all the glycogen in the muscle has been fully replenished. Repeat this for weeks into months, and you will make some serious progress to building muscle. This is how the big guys do it, or the big women, I guess, that are nice and toned. However, if you eat, and let's say after your second last meal of the day, the jug of water, being your muscles, can't hold any more water. So it spills over because you ate too much food this time. Spilling over is when your body gets excess carbs or fats, that is how you put on body fat. Because if the body can't store it, or use it, then it just stores it. After your workout, you eat, but it will eventually get to the point where your muscles cannot absorb any more food. Your muscles have completely filled back up, and that extra food is now going to be stored as fat. Now, unfortunately for us, we cannot see inside our muscles. We have no idea how much food our muscles can absorb after a workout, so you don't actually know when you are spilling over. One of the most common problems people have when trying to build muscle is that building muscle comes with gaining a lot of bad body fat. That could be as a result of dirty bulking. However, once again, there is a way around this, and it makes perfect sense logically. Even though you can't physically see what is going on inside the body, you can still play it smart and use common sense to have a good understanding of what is going on without actually knowing what is going on in your muscles and without actually seeing it. After you have finished watching this video, I want you to watch the other video, how to build muscle through dieting correctly, because that takes you through the exact process on how to build muscle while minimizing body fat. That's huge right there. Now, because we don't know how much we should consume to not go into a high surplus of calories, you need to monitor your weight on a scale. The scale is your best friend, no more an enemy for some of you. You want to get your body weight to stabilize on a certain amount of food. So what that means is you are eating the same amount of food for 2 or 3 weeks, and your body weight is pretty much staying exactly as it is. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. It just stays the same way on that particular food. You are training hard, breaking the muscles down, eating the same amount of food on a day-to-day basis. Consistency, guys, and your weight is not changing. Right then at this point, you know your body can handle that amount of food, or for the technical term, you have hit your maintenance calories. And you're not going to be putting on any fat, because if you were putting on fat, your weight would be going up and not staying the same. So it's very important that you monitor your weight on the scale. So the week after you've gotten your body weight to stabilize on a certain amount of food, you would increase your carbohydrates a little, around 30 grams of carbs. And make sure you add those carbs in your post-workout meal. It's just a better way to replenish those muscles after they're beaten down. After the carb increase, let's say your body weight goes up about 1 to 2 pounds. This is great because you are minimizing fat gain and building muscle. The week after that, you increase your carbs again and you put on 1 pound. Perfect. You are growing with very little excess of body fat. There may be a little fat, but I am going to just say that it's probably majority of muscle, because you're gradually making the increase and you're not just filling yourself with a ton of carbs. Now, the week after that, you increase your carbs again, and this time you put on 3 pounds, which is both a good result, and it's starting to get to be a little too much weight in such a short period of time. So you don't want that much of an increase that fast. It is highly likely that there was a little bit of fat in there, so let's slow it down. When it does come time to cut and get lean, it is very easy to get rid of any of the fat that you do put on, because you're already putting in the work, so we'll see how it goes after that. I would recommend not increasing your carbs for a few weeks and just see how your body responds on the weight scale. If you keep going up in weight, try reducing the carbs back to the amount it was at the week prior to the increase. It can be a little hard work and a little bit tedious, but the process is very simple. You want to get your body to used to a certain amount of food, let your body weight stabilize, and gradually increase your carbs at a rate your body can handle without putting on crazy amounts of weight. We don't want you guys getting fat. That's not how this process works. Staying a little bit leaner and growing that muscle. Remember, everyone is going to be different. This is the correct and most effective process to building muscle while minimizing body fat. And I did say I was going to teach you how to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. And once again, this makes perfect sense. You just have to think about it logically. And that's what we want you guys to understand, because we want you to sustain yourself for life. So let's understand this. We break the muscles down as much as we possibly can during our workouts. We then eat and eat till our muscles are filled back up, and we want to fill them right back up so we are maximizing muscle growth. You always want your muscles to be full and replenished, so after we eat, our muscles fill back up. But this time, we have eaten a little too much. Not on purpose, just because we don't actually know how much we can eat. We are just going off what we weigh on the scale each week. So now we ate too much and our muscles cannot absorb any more food. They are completely full and we've spilled over, and that is going to be stored as fat. The only way you can get rid of that spilled over fat is to burn it off and reduce the carbs to what it was before you started the increase. This is where cardio comes into the equation. Everyone's favorite activity. So each day, we break our muscles down. We eat to rebuild them back up bigger and stronger. We completely replenish glycogen in the muscles, and we do it 30 minutes to an hour of cardio 1 to 2 times a week. You can either do steady state or high intensity interval training. Check out our exercise demonstrations about cardio to figure it out. Watch those, and then you can really be able to plan them perfectly in your week of workouts and nutrition. Your muscles are getting their nutrients from the body, from the food that we have consumed, but our bodies are not getting the calories from the food because we burn it off with cardio. After you have finished watching this video, I want you to go through the video gallery and watch the video, How to Lose Fat Through Dieting Correctly. And I will take you through the process of how to get lean while maintaining all your muscle mass as well. If you are already carrying a little bit of body fat and you start your off season and you put on even more fat, you're going to be extremely disheartened. And it's going to be very hard work to get all of that off. And that can be super frustrating for you all. When you are lean, you visually look better in the mirror, you see more definition in your muscles when you are working out, and it is a much better experience than going to the gym carrying excess body fat. Plus, your confidence is super high because you can see that muscle working. So, no matter what position you are in terms of your training, and get lean first and get rid of all that the body fat, because it will give you a good understanding of where you are actually in terms of how much muscle you actually have. Once you have gotten nice and lean, I would say around 10 to 12% body fat for men and a little bit higher for women, you have earned the right to have a proper off season. Commit to growing for 16 weeks. Train as hard as you can. Really break those muscles down to the point you are in pain and they feel like they are on fire. Training intensity is so important when it comes to putting on size. Train like an animal. Really destroy your muscles and do what I said earlier. Each week, you need to watch the scale. You want to be going up anywhere from like 0.5 pounds to 1 pound per week. Focus all your efforts on building muscle and just really enjoying the process of getting bigger and seeing your hard work pay off. I promise, if you spend 16 weeks focusing all your energy on getting lean first, getting rid of all your fat, then you spend 16 weeks focusing on all your efforts on putting on as much size as you can while staying lean as possible, you will see so much more progress doing a 16-week cut and a 16-week bulk than if you did 32 weeks trying to build muscle and drop fat at the same time. You need to be smart about it. People try to do so many things at once and don't have clear goals generally year round, and make no significant progress. I've been there before. This is the same as an 8-week cut and an 8-week bulk. You are not doing it for really long enough, though, to see significant difference. You are just going back and forth and will pretty much stay the same because your body doesn't have enough time to grow. It'll just make little minor changes. That's why we made it 16 weeks. Once you have done a proper cut and then completed a proper bulk, you just continuously repeat the cycle. You cut, then you bulk, and so on. That is how you continually make progress and improve your physique. Every time you do a cut, you should have noticeably more muscle mass due to your off season. And you're going to look better every single time you do it. Yes, I know. It's a slow process and it does take a lot of time, but you need to enjoy it and focus on the positives. Focus on what you do have and be excited for where you're heading. Can you imagine how good you are going to look in 1 year's time if you started this process today, right now, like this moment, you're watching this video, you committed. And you should be excited because you literally have the rest of your life to keep improving your physique. It is a never-ending journey. Once you start seeing results, you will get hooked and you will never look back.